Hey guys, Techman here, also known as Matthew Rivera, and today I was actually debating making this video because I'm not feeling really well. I actually got swimmer's ear. Yeah, it's funny, I got swimmer's ear, and I'm guessing I got it from like me not cleaning my ears after when I get out of the shower, or I got it from dirty earbuds. I don't know, but I got it. It's painful. It's this ear, but also it's a lot of talking, and when I say a lot of talking, it means of me geeking out and talking about these certain products. And these certain products are upgrades for my PC. As you all know, I've done multiple videos on my PC, and there is a playlist that I added from when I got my computer and all the upgrades of all the external and internal stuff I did with the PC and then onto my desk. But enough of me talking, let's jump right into this. So as you all know, if you watched my previous videos with this computer, I installed a 360mm fan on the front of my computer, a 240mm on the top, and 120 in the back, all from Cooler Master. And for the back of the case, I actually had to get these wire extenders for them because one of them was actually traveling from the 120 in the front of my motherboard down to the fan or channel fans, whatever, or chassis fan. And then the RGB was short, so I had to get all these extensions and all that. I mainly got those wires for the 120 because it was just so short. The power and RGB was super short. The 240 and the 360 was not an issue with cable length. So I was dealing with that and I'm like, God bless, this is horrible. So I bit the bullet and I just got it, and it looks way neater now. And I'm not going to worry about like what wire is going to touch the graphics card fans and all that. And me putting it together, and one day you hear and finally it just chews up the wire. You don't want that. And that's what I really mainly done. I did add a PCIe Gen 3 SSD, but that was like a long time ago. I didn't even bother making a video on it. I used that. It's 1 terabyte. As for my computer, instead of running Windows 10, I'm running Windows 11. I have a love-hate relationship with this OS because it doesn't really support overclocking as much as I thought it would. Yes, it does support rebar size, and it does support XMP, I believe it's called. It's extreme memory something. Now, that's pretty much it, what I did with the computer itself. I do have future things coming out, and that's what this video is for, and where I predict it's going to happen and all that. But next thing you might notice is that I have this weird setup. I have a light in the background. I have RGB right here. Of course, you see me right here, and there's a light. Well, minus this, you get this effect almost. So minus that, and then the screen, you know, it's gonna make it a little weird. But let me show you what this looks like, and this is going to be sort of my setup for desk stuff, and also for my gaming channel. If you haven't subscribed to that, the link is in the description box below, and you can check it out the last 20 seconds of this video. Go ahead and subscribe. I have a lot of videos coming out, of course, when my ear heals. But this is going to be my setup for my gaming channel, and also just for regular content that I want to post, like me sitting at this desk or something. So the setup is, I'm currently using my S7, my Samsung Galaxy S7, and that's going from USB into my computer, and it's going into a program called iVCam, and the iVCam is going to OBS and all this whoopie-doo stuff that is very technical of how I tried to set this up for a very long time. You can see right here on my screen that that's what it looks like. Of course, there is going to be input lag and all that, but yeah, that's how it's going to be. And if you want me to sort of do like an in-depth thing of OBS of how I record and all that, go ahead and comment down below of this video and I'll probably make a video on it. I do want to make sort of techie videos more than what I usually do, and I feel like it would be awesome for me to do that. But the light that you see right now is a ring light, and the ring light I got at Walgreens for I think $24, something like that. And I picked my S7 because I don't use it anymore. Its battery is crap. When I mean the battery is crap is that when you unplug it, it has it probably has a draw of power somewhere even when it's off, because it drains so fast. I charged it to 100% and I unplugged it and just let it sit for a month, and it did not turn on. I plugged it in and it said 1%. So it definitely has a draw somewhere. I do plan on switching out to my S10. This is my Samsung Galaxy S10. I don't use this anymore because I got the iPhone 11 that is my main phone now. This one I just do YouTube and Instagram on. I can't really do much on this anymore. It's literally just sitting here collecting YouTube and Twitter stuff. And then how I'm mounting this is my dad's idea combined with mine too. It's mainly his. It's quite funny, I'll show you. I have a copper tube and that is stuck into my dual monitor stand. There was a cap that I removed up top on the dual monitor stand, and you can slide the pole in and it's almost dead center. When we were trying to figure it out, we were stuffing foam into where the tube was, like this, and it was moving around, so we stuffed foam around it so that it won't move. But on the bottom you can hear ding 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 ding, the copper tube hitting the bottom of the plate, mounting plate, and we stuffed foam in there, and now it's solid. Like, I can move this desk and my desk moves with the camera and everything, so it's pretty solid. So my S7 is being held by a phone mount from the ring light. The ring light is made for vlogging. The ring light is this. It's a Visitar 10-inch ring light vlog podcast. You can use it for Instagram, Facebook, all that stuff. And that's where my phone is, and that's where it's hooked on. And for $21, this thing's pretty bright. For the ring light, this is not the brightest setting for the ring light. If I do use the brightest setting on the ring light, I will be washed out because of the settings I have in Cam. You can actually adjust all the type of like ISO and exposure, focus, and all that. And then the ring light is connected to sort of like a umbrella mount almost. It's for photography, and that little thing is wrapped around with like this metal twist tie almost. And I think that's all I want to cover. As you saw, of course, I have the Corsair Void Elite Silver Edition Pro headsets. I did a review on that, and I've actually had these ever since October or September, October-ish. And I finally got done with the video, and that's the previous video to this one. And then the last thing is that, as you saw, I got a RGB strip for the desk. It is set to purple and blue. If you want me to go over my complete setup, this is just future upgrades and all that, comment down below. I do want to make it, but it's going to be super tasking on me, and also digging my brain up on what everything and why I picked everything and all that. So definitely, if you want me to do it, comment down below, and I'll definitely have to type a script up for it for me to actually get it right. But as we go into my desktop screen, I want to talk about a bunch of things that I want to upgrade to with my PC, and just in general the house, to benefit everyone. So the first topic I really want to get over with is Ethernet. As you know, in my bottom right corner, you see sort of an Ethernet plug, or like an Ethernet computer, Ethernet type thing. And yes, this is Ethernet, but it's not what you think it is. It's going through a Wi-Fi extender, and it's going through Cat5e to my computer, and that sort of gave me a stable connection with uploading videos, downloading things, and all that stuff. It's stable to a point of me getting much more megabytes per second upload and download, but of course it's not the greatest than when you're plugging it into a router. and that is what this is for right here. So I want to route my entire house with Ethernet. And my dad had this idea a while ago when we were little. I want to make that a thing, and of course he has to help me and I have to help him, of course. And we're going to be doing coaxial and RJ45, which is a sort of adapter thing, connection thing for Wi-Fi 6. Cat 6. Where my TV is behind me, you can't really see it. I guess it's because it's dark, but where my TV is down more is a coaxial, and that would go to that, a coaxial, and then of course up in the attic we have to run the Ethernet and all that, the switch and everything. So we're going to be doing Cat 6 because we have gigabyte speed with our new router. We have the white Xfinity or X-Fi one. We did have the black one, but then we started seeing issues with it, not having good signal like in my room. So that's why originally we have the Wi-Fi extender to extend the Wi-Fi to this sort of area, and my sister's and I's computer were all connected to that Wi-Fi extender, and that's what helped us boost the signal just a little. And a few months later, that's when we got the X-Fi router, which it's amazing, and it does Wi-Fi 6. You can actually see a Wi-Fi 6 logo on my S10. You can't really see it on the S7 nor my iPhone. But set aside from that, we'll need Cat 6, and that's what we're going to be doing here. We're going to be using Cat 6. This is 1,000 feet white. That should cover our entire house. This is unshielded, and every single Ethernet wire we have running in this house, even where the router is and all that, is all unshielded. So I thought about it doing unshielded. Shielded is way more expensive, and I didn't really think about doing that because the twisted pair means that they're all twisted instead of just a flat line through like 1, 2, 3, 4. It's all 1, 6, 5, 3. It's just all twisted, so that does help with the interference thing because it's not all one solid thing. It's changing over time. You need those connectors for Wi-Fi 6, and that's this thing right here. So you can use Cat 5e and Cat 5, but also this does support, it doesn't mention it, but this does support Cat 6. You need the plugs, you need the crimper tool. This is a stripper. These are testers. So you get all these things. Whoops, you get all these things. So this might be wrong, but it's definitely Cat 6 we're using, not Cat 5 or Cat 5e. We're doing Cat 6, which is just one step up and it gives gigabyte speed. And then the second to last thing I'll need is a switcher. And the last thing I don't have listed, but it's sort of like a junction box. This switcher here, we're going to be using Netgear, and it's a 16 port gigabyte Ethernet unmanaged switch. And the second to last thing, or the last thing that we need, is sort of like a junction box that all the wires can come from a specific area on the wall, and it goes through it, and all the wires are there, and we can just mount the switcher to. And I haven't found anything because I personally do not want to drill a huge hole in the wall. But if that comes to shove, yes, we'll probably have to. So we used a program in school called Dante, and that's just basically Ethernet-based audio signaling, audio routing. What did I just say? Audio routing, and it uses a switcher. So basically, an Ethernet cable is coming from the router, going into this Netgear in port 1, and then 2 through 16 is going to be, you get to extend off to other rooms. Unmanaged is basically you plug it in and through this, and you just set it. It's literally just there, and you don't have to worry about it. It does everything for you. The switcher is going to be in the garage. That's sort of the logical thing. You don't want to place this in the attic, and with all that heat and everything, heat and cold can literally ruin electronics. But moving along from that, that's what I want to do for the house, and that's like almost $200 just for me to do this, not including it's probably going to be more the junction box and also the cover for it that can breathe and not collect dust and just keep everything inside of a box and neat. That's what I was thinking about, a box that you can poke holes in or have a temperature control fan or something. So that's what I wanted to do with this. So the last part of this video is going to be talking about what I want to do for upgrades with this computer. There's not a lot of things. There's 3, 6, 7, 8 things I want to do to this computer, and I think maybe one of them or two I'm not going to be using. I'm just thinking about in the long run. But the first thing I'm definitely want to do is get another ARGB controller. As you saw of when I was installing all these fans here, that I have a RGB controller that's already that came with my computer. I want to get a Cooler Master thing. This one is buy used, like new. This was new, but of course it changed because I added this months ago to my cart. But I wanted to get this because I don't want to use Aurora Sync or Armory Crate anymore. Why? Because it's sort of iffy, honestly. I don't like specific things here and there about it, but also with my Wrath Prism fan for the CPU cooler, you can't control it at all. You can turn off all the lights and the fans and everything, but you cannot turn off the AMD CPU cooler at all. And that's going to be another video that I want to make. But with Cooler Master, Master Plus, something like that, you get to control all the fans, do specific designs, turn specific fans off, and also with that program, with what I'm going to do, you can turn off and customize the fan and the colors and everything on the CPU cooler for the time being. But the next thing on my list, this is one of the things I'm debating on getting, is an actual webcam, and this one is the Logitech Brio 4K. I've seen a lot of good reviews on this, and of course the webcam, if I can mount it somehow, it'll be sort of the same position where it is now or lower, because it will probably be sitting on my monitors. But that's what I'm debating on getting. I don't know. If I do put my S10 onto that and I like it, I'm probably going to use this much more. The problem is the battery I'm worried about. The battery is excellent on this still, and I do not want to ruin the battery for keeping it in, plugging it in all the time, and then unplugging it, plugging in the USB, all that stuff, you know what I mean? Before I show you what this next thing is, it's RGB is grown on me. I said it when I first unboxed my computer. I did not want lights in this computer because of me editing it at night and everything. And of course that went wrong because the graphics card went kapooey and I had to get a newer one from CyberPower PC. So this one has RGB, and you're gonna be like, what? Why did you do that? But it's 128 gigabytes of RAM, and it's 3600 megahertz, and it's from Trident Z. So my computer right now has I think it's called Triforce or something like that, and it's 32 gigabytes of 3200 megahertz. Now 32 and 3600 megahertz, there's not going to be a difference. Honestly, there isn't. I got it because of the price range, actually, because we're getting the similar RAM that I have here. It's going to be $300 more than what this is. Imagine me paying $900 and something for that with the same brand. I think it's Triforce or something, but of course prices are subject to change. I haven't looked it up or anything ever since I added this specific one to my watch list or anything, but I'm going to be upgrading it to 128 gigabytes, and this is mainly for content creation. Why? Because I find myself I can see myself running out of RAM with 32 because of the 4K 60 FPS I've been working with, and also 1440p. 1080p is rare. I'll probably use 1080p on my gaming channel with using my Xbox because I have the big old fat OG, still the OG Xbox One. I'm thinking about long run also with all these products I'm getting. I know there's going to be a new AMD processor and everything of new everything, but honestly, if I get this, I'm never upgrading again. This is going to be a top of the line for me. As we all know, buying PCs, specifically gaming PCs that you can customize, it's a money pit. You can get a gaming laptop that has an AMD 9, Ryzen 9, and then you can get with that laptop a 3090 GPU, and it's solid with probably like 16 to 32 gigabytes of RAM, and it's solid. And you don't have to upgrade it or anything, and it'll just last you forever. And that's what I want to do with this. I want it to last forever, and I don't have to upgrade it or do nothing. For my motherboard, 128 is the max it can take. So next up, you're gonna be also asking me, why are you getting this? You don't need it. After, when I show you why, I will be showing you why I need this. I'm gonna be getting a 1000-watt power supply. Why, you ask? Because I'm going to be getting two products that require a lot of power. But also, this is fully modular. And with my power supply, I think it's either a 650 or a 600 watt gold 80 plus. And this one is an 80 plus gold as well. But this one is not fully modular. It's modular, and there is literally plugs that I do not use. I do not plan on upgrading my motherboard. The B550 is an excellent motherboard. I have no problem with it. And this is one of the main things I'm going to be getting for. And I'm going to be getting for a processor the AMD Ryzen 9 5950X. It's the highest end of this year, and as I said, it's the maxed out thing that my computer can handle for right now. I kid you not, I did about 2 months of research trying to figure out if this processor can work with my motherboard, and I concluded that it will. This CPU runs super hot, they say, because it's the top of the line. So what leads me to this is that they recommend with this specific AMD processor, they recommend using an AIO. And that stands for all-in-one cooler. This processor does not come with like a Wrath Prism CPU fan or anything. You have to get something else for it. You can use a CPU fan for it, or you can use liquid cooled or AIO. But they recommend this for cooling and efficiency wise is the Arctic Liquid Freezer 2. And I'm getting a 360. Now you're probably saying, why are you getting a 360? You have a 360 Cooler Master in the front. What? It's just a matter of airflow. And I thought about it, and I'm getting a 360 because the only air that is running this way is the front 360, and also what's pushing air out of the case is the 120 and the 240. Both of those 120 and 240 are sucking air this way and that way, and then this 360 millimeter is pulling all this air this way. So you're getting so much cool air in here, it's getting mixed around with negative and positive pressure and everything what else, however air pressure works, and it's getting shoot out between the back and the top. And because the CPU is just so high in heat, that the 360 is more logical to place it up front, that the fans are drawing air to the liquid cooler through the radiator and everything. Of course, the radiator is going to push warm air inside the case, but hopefully it's not that much, because the liquid and the fan and everything working together is supposed to cool it, and it's not going to be boiling hot temperatures flooding into the case. So that's why I'm deciding to get that, and also it's ARGB. So which leads me to sort of the last thing on this list is the GPU, and I saved it the best for last. And again, you're gonna be like, why are you getting that? That's so extra. And I'm switching to the dark side, and I'm gonna go for Green Goblin, and that is the GeForce RTX 3090. If you look at the price, yeah, that's pretty expensive. And I'm getting this because if you just look at it, it's huge. I have a 360 millimeter case that is huge. I didn't expect it to be huge, and it's going to fit no matter what in here. Like, it fits, it's going to. I'm getting this because it's the top of the line. I'm not going to be replacing this anytime soon. It's for content creation, a little bit for gaming, but I'm mainly doing it for content creation with Premiere Pro, how smoothly the playback is going to be. It's also going to have NVENC, which is a encoder for video editing, and also it does help with OBS and just content creation in general. I found out that with my 5600 XT AMD that content creation is very hard with this, and with Premiere Pro and everything, especially with OBS. And AMD GPUs are notorious for OBS issues. I ran into it recently that I never really thought about, but then I found a video of how to try to fix that OBS issue, what I'm going to say right now, and there's literally almost no way to do it except what I was doing, which was whenever I stop recording a gaming thing and I'm done for the day, I want to exit out, but then I'm like, oh, I want to record this stupid thing that I do. And when I try opening it again, it says it's already running in the background while using the AMD GPU. And I was like, why? So I have to go into my task manager, press O to go to OBS, completely end the task in task manager, open it up again, and it will work. And I found out that I have to do that every single time I stop the recording. And if I want to exit out, I have to do it every single time. And it got annoying to the point that right now I'm running my sister's graphics card, which is a GeForce RTX 2070. There's nothing much between, there's not really a significant difference between the RTX 2070 and also the 5600 XT, except for a few specific things, and it's mainly the RAM. I told my sister I'm not using it for gaming, and of course 1440p with everything, it's a little bit more tasking on the GPU. If it's 1080p like what my sister is running right now on 1080p, it runs smoothly. With video editing, I saw a little bit different of performance wise. It's not what I would like it to be, because with the 2070s you can't enable resize bar. You can in BIOS, but it literally won't do anything because I guess resize bar is not in the 2070s. And my sister does school stuff, and she also plays Call of Duty Cold War. She had to adjust a few settings, but other than that, it's run perfectly fine. And I'm more than willing to switch out with her anytime, whenever, I don't care. I'm just using this card specifically for content creation. When I was using OBS, I can exit out and it completely exits out of OBS, no problem. I really want this. It takes up, I heard it takes up 3 slots, no problem. It uses 3, do they have a profile here? Oh, it's here. It uses 3 8-pins, and I believe if I get that 1000 watt thing, it does have that. This is going to be like a gaming, audio editing, everything eating machine. It's going to be like that. 4K footage like that, especially 1080p 60 FPS like a second. But other than that, I think that's pretty much it. I have one more thing here that I do plan on planning not, but I don't know if I'm going to be getting, but it's a newer keyboard. I have this wireless, this is not ARGB, it's RGB. You can press function and then the light thing here, and it does these effects and everything. I would like to get this, but also not, because it's a mechanical keyboard. It'll have the tippity tappity sound, but it's a red, cherry red type thing, so it's not going to be as loud. This one is membrane, that is mechanical, so I mean, it's also wireless, so maybe the battery life and everything is better. But other than the keyboard, I do want to get new SSDs. I do want to switch to finally a Gen 4 SSD. That's probably like a terabyte or 2 to run the OS on, so that it's lickety fast, very fast. My computer is currently, OS is running off a SSD. It's 250, and then everything else that is storage is mechanical, those big thick hard drives. But I really want to switch to a Gen 4 to run the OS, and then everything else that's the mechanical switch to a terabyte little tiny SSD, switch it all to 2 terabyte because I'm currently running out. Whew, this video is done. I know this video was a lot of me talking and everything, but I just really wanted to make this video because it's literally on my list over here. I placed a sticky note over here with a list of what I needed to do for every single channel that I wanted to do for my gaming vlogging, and this one is really the only one that had PC update, and that's what I wanted to do. I did record a upgrade to Windows 11, and I started editing it, and it was terrible, but I just deleted it, and it's gone forever. Have you subscribed yet? If not, what are you doing? You should. When you subscribe, there's something called a notification bell. When you press that, you will get notified whenever I upload a video like this or any type of video. I also have a vlogging and gaming channel. The links will be in the description box below, and you can check it out at the last 20 seconds of this video. Please subscribe to those things. I have tons of content coming out on those. And also, I found out on this channel, 98% of y'all who watch my videos and visit my channel are not subscribed. Come on, guys, what do you do? If you like the stuff you see here and you like the stuff what you see previously in my videos catalog, go ahead and subscribe. It will support me, and also it will support the content that I want to push out on everything over here. Also, another thing I would like to get is a newer case that has like a mesh in the front, and I was thinking about a Cooler Master 361. The last thing I want to talk about is when I'm going to get this, and honestly, it's not going to be this year, and probably closer to the end of next year is probably when I'm going to get it. Why is because ever since May when I graduated, I've been looking for a job. I have gigs here and there, and I got paid for these gigs, but they're nearly not enough to get what I would like for this computer. When I get these parts and everything is when I'm going to get a job. And other than that, this is the Techman signing off. See you later, guys.